Hey everybody, Mark here, and I just wanted to do this announcement. You can probably see CES 2022 in the headline. Unfortunately, this is where I have to announce that I'm not going this year. There's a lot of things working against me on this, and I just sort of felt like maybe it's best that I pull out. The first thing is the weather. To even leave the airport, there's a storm warning here, so there's probably going to be a big delay even if I try to leave and get to Las Vegas. So that's going to be an issue. Number two is the COVID-19 thing. Honestly, there are a lot of restrictions going on. I've actually heard CES 2022 has been cut a day due to all these restrictions and stuff like that. I'm not sure how good of a conference it's going to be because of that. I've been seeing a lot of people, exhibitors pull out, and honestly, I'm not sure what it would be like. You might remember my report from PAX last summer, how kind of lame it really was. After COVID-19, a lot of the major exhibitors just pulled out, and it ended up just being kind of this thing for like merchandise and stuff like that. It was just, you could visit it in a day, and honestly, you could pretty much get everything in a few hours. I didn't want to go all the way to Las Vegas and find out CES is like that. I don't think it is. CES is very big. I'm sure it's doing all right, or it's going to do all right for this, but honestly, the third thing is I got some sort of cold thing or something like that. I didn't want to bring cold symptoms down there when everyone's screening for COVID-19 and I'm coughing with phlegm in my throat. By the way, I took a COVID-19 test and I was in the clear. The idea of me going down for COVID-19 or for CES and getting tested positive for COVID-19 would be a nightmare for me. I have to admit, they would quarantine me or something like that, or at least that's what I think would happen. Either way, I'm not going to take the risk. I'm really an ordinary guy who has a day job and a family and has to think about risk versus reward. And I'm thinking that the reward for going down there is simply just not worth the risk. So I've just simply had to cut and do that. It's not something I take any pleasure in. Some of you might be reading some of my Facebook stuff and some of the stuff I've been posting on Twitter about how I want to be very positive this year. This is a big negative, but at the same time, I'm still going to try and report on it. I'll run a few articles, and of course, I will follow up with all the people that I was intending to follow up with at CES. And of course, we'll put out some great videos of our product reviews like we always do. So yeah, this is kind of this is not really too bad news, but I kind of made you guys a promise here, and I don't like to really go back on any promise here. But if I do, I always want to come back to somebody and say like, hey, I know what I promised, but I'm not going to be able to deliver on that. And so, sorry about that, but we will be still covering CES and what they're going to be doing there. And I can't wait to see what comes out of it because, honestly, there's a lot that can be still done with technology these days that I'm always excited about reporting. Anyway, this has been Mark Rollins from the Geek Church, signing off.